What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a makeup video because I'm in the mood to paint my face. Let's just dive into it. Hang out. I do have some new products to try, so I'll do that as well. There's this cream bronzer that I really want to try from Makeup Revolution. I also have a new foundation from House Labs and a new powder from NARS. So we're gonna see how that all works today, but I'm really just in the mood to paint my face and give myself some like therapy. So it's not really a tutorial, it's just me doing my makeup and possibly talking throughout it. I hope you're okay with that. First product we use though is the NYX Bear With Me Priming Refreshing Setting Mist, and then I'm gonna go into the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer as well. I also like to take this NYX Brow Glue in the clear so I can put this down. And we're gonna skip foundation for now. We're gonna take this Makeup Revolution Cream Bronzer. It's in the shade Medium. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that is very pigmented. I'm going for like a snatched, contoured, structured look today. We're gonna do a gold eye. I feel really called to that today, but I need like structure and paint. So this is like all underneath of the foundation. Oh my god, look at this. There's pigment. You're gonna have to blend that around. Blends pretty easily though, very creamy. But a little goes a long way. See, it looks good there. It looks good there. Here, we still have some work to do. Take a little sponge, just press that in. It is new. Nose contour is like something that I have to do. We're just gonna take a smaller brush that fits on my nose and let's try it. This is very dark. But this is the only one they had in store, so this is what I was given. But I also thought that medium was my color. I guess not. It's okay, it's all underneath the foundation anyway, so it can be a little bit deeper, a little bit darker. You really have to commit with this product. Like, you need to be committed to a cream product. This is not beginner friendly. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you've never used a cream bronzer, cream contour before, this is not the one to start with. It's a good product, but not beginner friendly. I'm gonna contour my lips too. If you were just starting with this, I would like take it, tap it off, and then use it. All right, let me finish doing my jaw and then we'll be back. Okay, we're gonna move on to concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Just pick it up off of that. Going back in for a little more. I like the way it's looking so far. There was a time in my life where I wore like pounds of makeup. Okay, I really like how that worked out, or that got to. We're gonna just pat it in with a sponge. It's great coverage, but it's like barely there on my skin. Oh my god, I love this today. I'm having a good makeup day, I can just feel it. Let me do the other eye off camera. So we're also going to take concealer down the nose bridge, right here, carve out the cheekbone, and a little bit to highlight the forehead. I'm just placing it first, and we'll blend it out later. Okay, I'm actually going to take the sponge to blend this all out and take any of the excess product off of my hand and just kind of blend that all in. Okay, we're gonna let the nose sit and we're gonna move on to foundation. I'm going to take this House Labs foundation in the shade Light Medium Warm 220. It says to shake it up, so shake it up. That's what she's giving. And we're going to use this foundation brush that was sent to me by Anissa Beauty. Shout out to Anissa Beauty, thank you for sending me these brushes. Immediately matches my neck, so we did a really good job with the color match. I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm just gonna take it over all of the harsh lines on my face. Not covering up the concealer, not covering up the cream bronzer, not fully covering up the concealer underneath either. It's immediately a yes, and I only used half of that pump. immediately a yes. I'm interested to see how this wears. Beautiful. It has a skin finish, and it appears to have blurred my pores. I don't think it claims to blur pores, but I feel poreless. Okay, stunning. Very skin-like. Medium to full coverage, and a little bit goes a long way with this too. I think that's the theme of today. A little goes a long way. Okay, we're going to blend in the nose now, and then also touch up under the eyes, just in case there's any wrinkles or creases that have set in. But also, who cares? We all have wrinkles and we all have under eye creases and under eye bags. It is what it is. So we're gonna go into this new powder. For me, it's new. It's not new in general, but it's a NARS powder. It's translucent crystal light reflecting setting powder. Let's see. It has a little net in there as well, if you like that. I don't know how I feel about that. Feels like a little trampoline. I feel like a child. I'm just bouncing in there. But okay. That's what it looks like on the sponge. I always like to tap off the excess. We'll see how this goes. Okay, it really just flattened everything. But it's also still giving skin. This whole makeup look is turning out very skin-like, which I think is a good thing. But it's also like unintentional. I mean, I did want good skin today. So I guess good skin is skin-like skin. I think I like this powder. It looks really nice under the eyes. Everything is set. I can feel that it is set. It looks set, but it also still looks like skin. Okay, let's try it on the T-zone and see how it performs. I have normal skin, normal to dry skin, but I do apply like a lot of like moisture and glow because I like my skin to look dewy. It like took away the oil shine and gave its own shine. There's a sheen there. There's like a little bit of like, I don't know if you can see it, but it was definitely oily looking before, and now it just has like a nice natural sheen. It's definitely not for those of you who like to bake. This is not gonna be like a baking powder. I always like to carve out my cheekbones underneath, and sometimes I'll carve out around my nose too, because that helps to like show off the shadows and the highlights a little bit more. But this powder, it's not pigmented like that. This powder works. That I can say. Again, we'll have to see how it wears. I like it, I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna have to use more than one powder because I like to bake and I like those definition. I like the definition. So we're gonna take a Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Lavender, and we're just going to carve out some of the face for some added highlights. You see how with the Fenty powder you can get a nice bake going, but like with this, it's just skin-like, and that's the idea behind it, which I love, I fully support, but I need a little bit more, you know? I pulled you in closer so that you can see the eyes as close as possible for me right now, and I'm going to apply a lip balm. This is the Jack Black lip balm in the mint, natural mint, but I like to apply this like midway through the routine so that my lips can hydrate, and it helps remove any like excess powder or foundation that might have gotten stuck on the lips. We're going to use this Warrior palette from Juvia's Place, and we're going to tap into the browns and golds today. I'm really called to this gold Bakwa shade from this palette. Let's dive into the first shade, Kano. This brown shade, it's like a medium brown, and we're gonna take a fluffy blending brush. Juvia's Place eyeshadows are very pigmented, so a little goes a long way, which seems to be the theme of this video. I always start with my bad eye too. Like, I'm much better at makeup on this eye, but I always do this eye first, which is always the eye I show on camera too. Okay, and this is what one eye is looking like all complete. I really like how it turned out. Let's do it on this side. So first, we're going to take this medium brown shade called Kano, and we're going to start that as a transition shade. Less is more, remember that. Anyway, you're just going to want to blend this. Windshield wiper motions. For some reason I can't speak, so we're going to let the blending speak for itself. Okay, a little bit of the same shade and on the lower lash line as well. I decided I wanted it to be a little bit more pulled back. We're gonna pull it back on both sides. Okay, once that's blended to your liking, we're going to dip into the same shade Kano again, and then also take a little bit of this other shade called Mino up here, so just like that, and you're good. We're gonna take a smaller brush and use this cream colored shade called Ahosi, and we're going to highlight the brow bone. Okay, now the fun part, the shimmer. We're going to use the gold color called Bakwa. Looks like this. Just in the center of the lid. And you don't need to spray it. You don't really need anything for the base underneath of it. They are pigmented on their own. We're going to now go in with this more of like a champagne shimmer. The center one, it's called Moremi. I'm having a hard time holding the palette and showing you. I am not a beauty guru. I am just a person who loves to do makeup. That is me. And then take whatever's left on the finger, blend them together. I also like to take whatever's left on this brush and highlight the brow again. And then go ahead and take this brush that you had everything on before, the big fluffy brush, and blend everything together. And that's how you get that eye look. Okay, stunning. Now it's time to wipe off this bake, and we're gonna spritz the face as well. I would like to take the sponge too and like press in the setting spray. Okay. Let's get some blush on this face. Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. This is the beautiful color story. I think we're gonna take this one and maybe mix it with this one. I've been in a mixing kind of a mood today, but those are the two mattes that look like they're the best colors for me. Tao and Lena, we just mixed them together on this e.l.f. brush that has been through it. But this is one of my favorite brushes that just blends so well. So we're just gonna pop it right here on the cheek. And a little goes a long way. She is pigmented. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. We can recover. It's alright. I actually really like that cream bronzer from earlier. It makes me feel like I don't need to put on like a bronzer powder. The blush is adding enough color. And the cream bronzer has that color from underneath from earlier. We're gonna put just a little bit of the excess on the nose. I always do that. And then I always take it onto the chin too, just so that everything is cohesive and seamless. Let's do brows. We're gonna take this Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim pencil. And we're gonna fill in my brows. I'm gonna do one on camera with you, and then I'll do the other one off camera. So I take a brow pencil. I like this one from Maybelline. It's in the shade Deep Brown. And I just kind of like hold back here. I'm not really pulling, but I'm holding. And then starting at the base of the brow in the back. And you're making it as long as you want to make it. And then I start to lightly fill in to the front. And I get lighter handed the closer I get to the front of my brow. And then once I make it to the front, I like to create hair-like strokes. And then I start to fill in the base of the brow. Just kind of coloring in the lines. And we have that brow gel still there from earlier. So my hairs are all in the position that they need to be in. Stuck, looking gorgeous. And then I always take the spoolie and just brush through the hairs so that they can be evenly coated with product. And then I'll see if there's any more sparse areas that still need filled in, like right here. I'll just create some like hair-like strokes and fill it in lightly. And then back to the spoolie. Brows are very personal. I think that's why people don't really show brows on the internet, because brows are very personal. And some people don't have like a full brow to work with, but that is what my brow is looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and match this one on the other side. And those are the brows all filled in. I have a new lip to try. It's called Velvet Ink or Ink Velvet number 17. It's a rosy nude by Peri Para. I don't know, I got this on Amazon and this was like their #1 seller, so I thought I would try it out. First we're going to line a little bit with MAC Boldly Bare. Let's see what this does. Let's see if it's good. Let's see. I'm guessing it's a velvet lipstick. It's like a doe-foot applicator. Let's see. I actually really love the way this feels on my lips. It feels lightweight and airy. I don't know how I feel about the color yet. It has a scent to it, but it's not like overly fragrance. It smells really good, whatever that is. It's like berry or fruity. I think I love that. It feels very lightweight on the lips. Like, that feels really good. Let's see what it dries down to and how it feels. Stunning. Truly, I like that color a lot. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. I like want to go back in with the lip liner and retouch it, so we will. I think I like this a lot. I'm like very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. That looks gorgeous. That's like not a color I wear very often either. It's like rosy and pink. Ooh, I like this. Okay, that's that. Let's do mascara. I don't know how I feel about this mascara. This is the Telescopic Mascara by L'Oreal, and I kind of hate it, kind of love it at the same time. It has a wand like this, which is an issue for me, but my main issue with this is it doesn't like to go back into the bottle. Like, I know I'm not crazy. Okay, shut up. Every time I try to like show that it doesn't like to go back in the bottle, it won't. It'll go back in the bottle easily. Anyway, it's a fine mascara. It lengthens, it separates, but it doesn't give you like volume. It doesn't really clump your lashes together. It just depends on what you're looking for. There's no way for a mascara to give you everything that you're looking for. I want curl, volume, separation, lift, lengthen, all of it. Give it to me. The mascara's nice. Like I said, it's lengthening, it's separating. It's just I don't like the wand. And I don't like that I have such an issue getting the wand back in the tube. I realize that I'm very high maintenance. But that's okay because I'm the one maintaining me. I'm not asking anybody else to maintain me. That's one coat. I think I might do 2 coats today. But okay, now you see. Now you see? I'm not like struggling, I'm twisting, I'm trying to get it back in there. And it goes back in there, but it's such a pain. Maybe that's user error. Maybe that's on me. Okay, let me do the other side. All right, lastly, I do want to highlight. So we're going to take this Milani highlighting palette in Stellar Lights Rose Glow. So I'm just going to mix all 3 of the colors here in the pan, the lighter color, the golden color, and the rose color. Tap off the excess. And I'm already very glowy, so we're just going to hit like the high points. The brow, top of the cheek, the nose bridge. And that is the look for today. Stunning, glowy, pretty. I really like today's look. I feel very pretty, and that was the whole vibe for today. So to wrap up today's look, I want to go over some of the things that we tried today and just kind of give you like a little review in case you cared. So first thing that we tried was the cream bronzer from Makeup Revolution. I may need to try it in a lighter color, but I really like this product. I really like this formula. It's very pigmented, not very beginner friendly, but if you go in with it with a little bit, it goes a long way. I think this is a really good product if you've been wanting to work on like cream bronzer, cream contour, or you already use that in your everyday routine. That's a good one. We tried House Labs foundation and I'm like stunned, wowed, shocked, bamboozled. No, definitely worth the price, definitely worth the money. My skin looks amazing. My skin looks really, really good today. But this is just based on the first impression. I need to see how this wears and if it's long lasting. So let me know if you want me to do like a full day wear test with this foundation so we can test that out, we can see. But so far right now, perfect color. It feels good on the skin and it blended very, very easily. Next thing we did was this NARS Translucent Light Powder, Translucent Light Reflecting Setting Powder, and I like it, but I don't love it. It's not going to be for everybody. This is for those of you who want like the skin-like finish and you're not wearing a lot of makeup, you're not wearing a lot of powder. this is really good for that. But if you're into like baking and the contours and the highlights and the structure, and you like a nice hefty blurring kind of a powder, that's not going to be this. This is not very pigmented, but it does give you like that skin like natural sheen, and it definitely sets the makeup. I feel set still. Okay, and then we did this lip, which I love. I want to go on Amazon and maybe try out some different colors, but this one, I love it. Lightweight, airy, goes on the lips very, very easily. Good pigment, and it comes in this cute little bottle. It has a doe foot. Overall, I like this a lot. And then lastly, the Milani Stellar Lights palette, which is a palette that I've used a few times, but I got it for my mom for Christmas, and then I used it on her, and it looks really, really good on her, and it looked really, really good on me when I tried it. So this is a winner. If you like highlight, if you've been looking for a highlighting palette and you want to get one from the drugstore, this one is good. It's like $15 or less, and you get 3 shades, and they look really, really beautiful together, separate, and I like it, so you might like it too. That's my review though of today's episode, today's video, today's makeup. Thank you all so much for being here. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already. Comment down below to let me know what you thought about today's video, or just comment down below so I can say hi and I can read it. And that's it for me. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you on the next video.